KILR KILR Games.
Hello gamers, simmers, and pilots. I am the KILR Gamer, and welcome to my tour around the world featuring Microsoft Flight Simulator 4. Hello, Shadow. Well, do you want pets? You can come over here and get pets. But don't sit there and just cry. Meow. Anyway, the area that we happen to be in is not covered officially by Microsoft or Sublogic, so all the scenery that you're seeing is custom created by me. I'm not a scenery creator, so it's not going to be the best, but I'm going to try to do enough for us to be able to get by. So some detail at some airports, maybe a few buildings here and there. Why do you try to cause trouble? So here is our IFR map, although we are going to be doing VFR, but it's just a little easier to read here first of all. So we're here, Duluth International. And we're going to be going here to Grand Rapids, Itasca, I think it's Itasca, County, Gordon, Newstrom Field. So, no, we're not going to Grand Rapids, Michigan. This is Minnesota. And I wanted to head here purposely because I think it might be interesting to hit a city that is in more than one place, like Las Vegas, New Mexico, and Las Vegas, Nevada. Just as an example. Now, since we are going to do VFR flight, I'll go ahead and bring that up here. And, well, this doesn't really show us. No, it kind of does. So this road right here is what we're going to be following. This should be US Route 2, which should take us right into Grand Rapids. Now, I don't have all these roads drawn out. I just got some major ones, just so that we can get by. Like I said, I'm not a scenery creator. I'm creating this out of necessity because I couldn't find anything to really download. And I may have to create these for the next several episodes. I can tell you that, like, for this one and the next 6, I already have scenery made. But there's going to be probably another 10 or 15 episodes beyond that I'll have to make scenery too, until we go back into the Sublogic areas, and then I can take a break. Or somewhat of a break. With the aircraft scenery designer, you can create scenery and put it on top of Sublogic scenery, so you can add some taxiways and stuff. But we'll see when we get to that point. I haven't quite decided. I might be like wanting a rest from creating custom scenery by that time. Anyhow, let's go ahead and tune in Grand Rapids. That's 111.4. So 111.4, okay. So we are 51.6 miles away. Now, just so you know, the altitude is not going to be accurate. I am not sure how to really do land that's going to be accurate as far as I mean, I suppose I could make polygons, but I'd have to make a lot of polygons, and I don't know, I just think that's a lot more trouble than what we really need to go through. So in case you're wondering if 600 feet is the right altitude, probably not. Because there's a lot of stuff out here that's 600 feet. And there's areas west of here that's like 0 feet, which I know is not accurate. Alright, I'm going to try something here. I was playing around and I noticed, I haven't tried it yet, but I noticed that here in the sound control panel, there's something here for text-to-speech. COM and ATIS only, all messages. Let's do COM and ATIS. I want to give this a try and see if we get any sound. I don't think we will. I don't think I have all the right files for it. But let's see here. Okay, air traffic control is on. Let's do request to takeoff. And insert to transmit. Nope. Okay, I've been wondering if this transponder does anything. So it said squawk out. It said 0265. I want to see if it does anything if we're not tuned into it. That's downtown Duluth, by the way. It's very colorful. There's not much option for buildings. I mean, there's really no textures. Actually, there is no textures. So the best I can do is just use different colors. Can't make them all white and gray. That'll look boring. Oh, okay. Let's hold short here. Oh, it did work. Look at that. Interesting. Well, we know it works. Now if I could just get the text-to-speech to work. I may not be able to get it to work until I get an actual DOS machine made. Now I know there is the PC emulator, PCEM. I've not had any success getting Flight Simulator 4 to work on it yet. Bixby is spying on me again. Okay, here's what I found on the web. I don't care what you found on the web. How about you not spy on me? How about that? That sounds like a plan. Alright, Duluth. We'll see you later. I've got to find my roads here. I believe this road up here is Route 2. And again, I put these in here. The roads, there are tiny little lakes that I put in. In the area of Grand Rapids, there's a lot of little things, but I didn't naturalate it and put them all in there, because that will just take up space on the scenery file. You can only put so much in it, and I want to try to cover as much as I can, so I don't have to create a whole bunch of, you know, like make another scenery file and have to put navigational beacons back in, which actually it's really not that hard. If you've got your XY coordinates, you just go to the thing, or you use position set, get yourself set where you want to put the nav radio, pull up scenery designer, pull up navigation, change it to VOR, put your frequency in, boom, done. Nice and easy. Okay, this white road here goes north, and we don't want that one. The yellow one should be the 4-lane highway, and I believe I used that for Route 2. Get my we'll get our autopilot set here. Let's see, 6, autopilot set F, and altitude lock, put that at 3000. So the white one is just a regular, you've got different choices. You got a country road, a street, it's like city street, 4-lane highway, and divided highway. Divided highway has like 2 rectangular polygons that you can stretch out. The 4-lane highway is a gray road that's got a yellow line in between, just like this yellow line that you're seeing here. Country road is, I think it's just a line of whatever color you want to select. Default is like this brownish greenish, this cute green color. I don't think I took that line any further north. It does go further north, but let's see. Will we see it here? There it is. Yep. Just a line. If I get an email that says from PayPal and it says, "Congratulations, you've been," starts with an S, I'm assuming it's like selected, then that's probably fake. May not actually see the road unless we're closer down there. Which 3,000 is probably too high anyway. Let's get that changed here. Autopilot set. We'll change 4. Let's change it to 2,000. Now these rectangular things, no, I did not place those. This is kind of an automatic thing that Flight Simulator 4 can do to help break up the monotony of the land, so that way it's just not all green. This version is very similar to the Amiga, Commodore Amiga, but this is an improved version over that. And the Commodore Amiga version does not have the ability to create scenery, for one. It doesn't have the ability to use like little rectangles, big rectangles. Oh, if you look closely, you can see it. Can you see the gray? You look, yeah. So you can see the gray there, and then the yellow is the dividing line. Yeah, if you go here under Sim, you got ground texture. You got choice between big rectangles, off. You can see that there, but you know, at least there's still some change there. You got dots. You got small rectangles, which is the one that I've got, or no, I'm sorry, I got big rectangles. See, that way you get all this stuff here. Yeah, I think I had big rectangles. Well, if not, that's okay. Change the scenery up a little bit. You can put mountains in here. I haven't really seen... I'll put mountains in here if it's like... If you're like in an area and there's like tall mountains that, you know, you can see. So far, I haven't really noticed anything that stands out, so I'm not going to worry about that too much. So, while we're flying here, we pull up an actual map, so that way you can see the real thing here. So here's Google Maps, and Duluth is right here. Here's Route 2. It's funny, this is in yellow. And we're just flying this up. And let's continue following this up. And here's Grand Rapids. Now you've got all of these lakes. No, I did not put all this stuff in here. I did put this in there. And I believe I put this in here. I don't know if I put this lake in here, but that was just a little too much to be putting all that in there. Because you would have to draw them out with polygons. And what's hard is, although you can move your, with slew and position set, move to the area that you want to put the lake. In the creator, you can't zoom out far enough to be able to get a good sense of scale. So you might be making something that you think is big and it winds up being too small. Which is the problem that I have with the island that Sky Harbor is sitting on. Because I thought I had it at a correct angle, and I didn't. Because I wanted to get the island built before I put the runway. That's another thing too, is that the scenery will stack on top of each other. So if you put down a runway, and then you're like, you know, I'd like to put the aerodrome turf, you know, underneath it. Well, if you lay that on, if you draw that on top, it's going to cover it. in case you're wondering if we're actually flying in, you know, the correct area, if I pull up the map and zoom out, see, you can see where we're at. And so by default, it's like the continental, or I'm sorry, North America is in here. There's just no scenery coverage for this area. So I had to do it myself. Just in case you're wondering if I just picked some random place on the map and drew out stuff. No. What good would that do? I'm trying to do a world tour for fun. Now, if I sit there and get cheap with it, it's not going to be fun. 23 miles to go. Okay. And I believe it's going to be right up here. This road here is one that's, let's see, I'll show you one of the other roads that I drew. So Route 169 right here. It goes from Grand Rapids to Coleraine. I've got that drawn out going up here. I pretty much stopped it right there. And I don't know if I drew it up far enough north or not. But there's a lot of little lakes and stuff in here, and that's way too much work to be putting into something that, you know, we're only going to fly in the area once and then move on. But on the same token, I want to try to get, you know, some stuff around the airport. So if there is a lake near the airport, I'll put it in. Oh, wow. If you look closely, you'll see some blue. This is that lake that I mentioned that was just south of Grand Rapids. And this yellow right here is Grand Rapids. I just, kind of like in other areas of the sublogic scenery disk where it's got a patch on the ground. I did the same thing. And I don't do that for every single little city. Okay. What kind of runways do we have here? Got a runway 16 and a runway 34 and a 5 and a 23. 23 is short. Could make that. I think we're better off with runway 16. Okay, there's the lake. I think the airport was just right over there. Don't know if that's it. I do have the road going south also. I think that's 169. Yeah, see, there it is right there, the road. You know, I mean, in a sense, the sublogic scenery disks are relatively simple. Sometimes they're just runways and some lines and a few blue patches for lakes. And I was kind of thinking along the same lines, but maybe just bringing it up just a tad bit by putting some taxiways in. But I'm kind of happy with the result, honestly. I mean, this is certainly better than nothing. Seeing the airport yet. I think the yellow patch that I made might have been too small. It's not a very big town or city. Route 169 would lead us down to the airport also. Airport's right there. Go ahead and slow down here. Here it is. I think that's the runway right there. There is a lake just north of the airport. I think that's it. I believe I saw the end runway lights there. Or I just missed them. I think we have to come over this way. Autopilot's going off. Landing gear down. I got a little messed up when I drew the road and stuff in this area. Definitely a little high. And I'll show you a satellite view of the airport, so that way you can get a comparison. And that brownish spot right here, that is another runway. It's a turf runway. So I added that one also. Take this taxiway here. And I got a few buildings here. See, you've got your flat tops, and then you've also got a peak rooftop there too. We'll go ahead and stop here. So we're here at Grand Rapids, Minnesota, and I'll go ahead and pull up the real airport, and then we'll take a look at what I've done here in Flight Simulator 4. Okay, so here's the airport. There is that turf runway that I told you about. It's right here. I mean, there's a short runway here. This is the one that we landed on. And let's see, I believe I came on this taxi exit here, this ramp, and then came up around here. I think that's kind of where I went. So let's go ahead and I'll show you what I did. I'm not sure how to make this bigger, or even if it can be made bigger. I don't know. But here you go. Just imagine if this is north this way. So here's the runway. There's the taxiways. There's the short runway. There's the turf runway, and then here's the area. And I've got 3 hangars right here. I put a control tower there. That's probably not accurate. There's a building here. There's a L-shaped building here, and then I've got one over here. So if we go back to the satellite view again, oh, okay, sorry, that's not, is it 3, did I put 3 buildings? No, I don't think I put, see, I got these buildings, I put these in here, and then I got a long one there. Here's the L-shaped building. I know that's not really an L, but I used what I had, and then I put this building in. I didn't worry about this, or this, or any of this stuff. But yeah. So there you go. Just kind of showing you the real thing and what I was using as a reference when I was working on these airports. So, well, that's all we got for this flight. I appreciate you joining me on this flight. I hope you're finding this interesting and entertaining. Seeing scenery that no one else has seen before. This is brand new. Brand new scenery that's created by yours truly. Will I make it available for download? If you guys really want it, I can make it. I can put it on flightsim.com. But like I said, it's not going to be pinpoint accurate on stuff. But I think it's definitely enough to get you by if you're looking to fly in those areas. But just keep in mind that I did not put in every single airport or every single navigational beacon, NDB, etc. But I'm definitely putting enough in here to allow us to be able to move around the area. Hi, Shadow. All right. Well, be sure to check this out on the other simulators, and I will see you on the next flight. Take care. If you're enjoying these videos, consider dropping a like and giving it a thumbs up. It helps me and the channel, plus it encourages others who may also have an interest in these videos. These same flights can also be seen on various other simulators which are also being featured in this world tour, so check those out if you enjoy comparing the old with the older, to what used to be new, and what happens to be recent. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you around as we fly free in the beautiful blue.